Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Tarot Thursday. I'm Reverend Mary, and with me is Reverend Bryan. And we're coming to you over the divinationtv.com network. So if you're watching us, please like, subscribe, and share. And we're here to do 3-card, more or less, tarot pulls for you. So if you have a question for us, go ahead and post it in chat on whatever platform you're watching us on. And our rules are we do not predict the gender of your unborn offspring. We're not lawyers, so we can't give you legal advice. Hello, Nathan. Good to see you. We're not medical people, so we can't give you medical advice. And we can't predict the outcome of any ongoing global conflicts. But other than that, please feel free to post your questions. And Bryan, thank you for
Hello.
joining me.
It's Thursday. Where else would I be?
Exactly. And Bryan's magical cat Elvis is floating around somewhere.
Over there.
Yes, Elvis may join us on camera. She may not.
Closer to Can's o'clock.
Yes, she will start making many appearances as we get close to can o'clock. Wet food o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a question, go ahead and post it in chat.
I have a question, Mary, while we wait for people.
Okay.
So obviously next week I have a very important presentation with my job around women veterans for Women's History Month. How will my large virtual panel discussion go?
Okay.
And once that happens, Nathan, then we'll go to you.
All right. So how is Bryan's large panel discussion for Women's History Month going to go?
I swear to God, the cards are going to be like, you're going to have a discussion about women.
Well, my cards don't usually do that.
Yes, we know. That's usually my cards.
Talking about veterans, and we've got the Ten of Swords.
Yay.
Which means there's going to be a period of rest. Then we got the Queen of Swords.
Hi, Mary.
My card.
So Mary says we're talking about the ladies.
And then we've got the Five of Swords. So I think there might be some conflict on your panel, which is probably to be expected. And we're going to pull one more card. And then I've got the Tower.
Differences in opinion. What a
So something interesting is going to come out of it. With my card, I'm going to say just push it forward.
do the thing.
Do the thing.
All right.
Hey, Nathan, and you want a general reading?
Sounds good.
Absolutely.
I mean, it is webinar style, my panel. So if there wasn't a difference of opinion, really wouldn't be a discussion.
Well, yeah. If everyone was sitting there saying, yes, I agree, then either they've checked out they're afraid to, or they're afraid to express an opinion.
Yep.
And neither one is particularly good.
I can go first if you like.
Okay, go ahead and go first.
All right. So, Nathan, the first card I have is the Chariot. Now, the Chariot is about usually willpower, inner drive, and victory. So, whatever you're working right on right now, I would say keep your eyes forward. Don't look backward. Just go. The second card I have is the Ace of Wands. Now, the wands are about passion, but the Ace of Wands is usually about that new spark, that new fire, that new shiny object that you're driving toward or working toward. So, that is all to stay. Keep driving toward the shiny new fancy object. And the third card that I have is the Five of Wands. So, I'm getting the sense that there's some sort of sporting like event, some like sparring going on, some like friendly competition of some sort that you're involved in. I'm going to pull one more card. Another wand. Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands, when you're thinking about the page, you're thinking about that sort of like creative free spirit. So I want to say that whatever it is you're working on, or if you're competing in something, enjoy it. Have fun. Don't take it too seriously, but it's a competition. So enjoy it.
All right. Well, the first card I've got for you is the Tower. So this means transformation. The next card I've got for you is Time. Now you can see this shows a Mayan god, the Mayan god of time. And the Mayans view time as a series of cycles. Remember, it was about, about 10 years ago that according to the Mayan calendar, the world was going to come to an end. Only it wasn't. The cycle of the calendar was coming to an end and everything was going to reset and start all over. And so this kind of goes along with the Tower here. Something is resetting for you. There's a major reset in your life. And then the next card I've got for you is the Prince of Lamps. Now, in the Infinite Tarot that I read with, there's a fifth suit, the Suit of Lamps. The lamps refer to spirituality. The princes have to do with air. So we're talking about air and spirituality. So this is talking about bringing some focus to your spirituality at this time. And I'm going to pull one more card. And I've got the Princess of Swords. So this is also looking at communication and taking care with your communication at this time. So I hope you find that helpful, Nathan. And then Janet has asked for a general reading. And hello to Sarah. Welcome to you. Thank you for joining us.
While we're shuffling, I'm going to plug.
Yes.
If at any point this evening, while you're getting your 3 card readings, you'd like a little further reading, clarity, or further discussion with either one of us, me or Mary, or even Lord Don, who comes in and hangs out with us once a month, at divinationtv.com, you can find a way to book readings with either one of us. Only you don't get the joyous of seeing us both at the same time. You have to pick one.
You
Or
do.
book us separately.
This is true. But yes, check us out there.
Look at me making clothes. All right. It's your turn to go first.
And the first thing I'm going to say is, honestly, I've been sitting here shuffling my cards. Really. And the first card I've got for you is the Prince of Lamps, Janet. And as I mentioned earlier, lamps with this deck is the suit of spirituality. And with the Prince being about air, this is about pulling your spirituality more into focus. I have the Princess of Swords. Swords are about communication, and with the princess, she's telling you that at this point in time, you need to be taking care with your communication. And then I pulled the Two of Cups. So this is about a relationship. It could be a romantic one, it could be a friendship. And I'm going to pull one more card for you. I get the Five of Cups, which suggests there's some sort of disappointment you've had recently. And then the Princess of Wands, which suggests you're somehow holding yourself back. So look to your spiritual development at this point. Be careful in your communications, and there could be a new relationship in your life, and look for any place where you are holding yourself back unnecessarily. And I hope that's helpful, Janet.
So, Janet, the first card I pulled is the Ace of Swords. So right now I think what you're going through is some miscommunication issues. Um you are for lack of better term cutting through some of the BS and wanting straightforward answers from someone and you're not getting them, so you feel the need to continually stab and stab and stab until you get a better, more clear answer. Unfortunately, that person is probably not going to give you a better, clear answer because not even they are not quite sure what they want to tell you. However, with the next card, which is the Three of Wands, continuing to be persistent in the communication style that is best for you or what helps you retain or absorb information is important. Because in order to do that, you need to be able to know what people are saying and why they're saying it to you. And this was all to encompass this last card, which is the Eight of Pentacles, which makes me think that this is a miscommunication issue in your employment or in something that is definitely of goods and services to you, and really needing to be more clear in what you need in order to understand what's being asked or told to you. And I'm going to pull one more card. And I pulled the Two of Swords, which means that whoever it is that you are having a miscommunication with, you are both at an impasse and they are not the person you need to go to. You should find someone else who is better suited because your communication styles are crossing each other out.
Okay, Janet, I hope this gives you some clarity. And now Maria has asked us for a general reading.
Elvis, it is only 10:15.
Elvis says the time changed. It is 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Janet. That happens sometimes. Sometimes Mary and I can pick up onto various situations in a person's life, or sometimes
And
it's the same situation.
and sometimes we even pull the same cards.
From two different states.
Okay.
All right. So who's next?
Next, we are doing a general reading for Maria. Then we'll do a general reading for Sarah.
And you do not get any cans yet, ma'am. The cards say no.
Okay. I've got a pretty significant reading for you, Maria. They are all major arcana cards. So the first card I've got for you is the Hermit. So when this card comes up, the Hermit is talking about trusting your own judgment in this situation, Maria. So whatever other people are telling you you need to do, if your intuition is telling you something totally different, follow your own intuition in this case. The next card I've got for you is the Empress. And here you see her nursing a baby. The Empress is a card of good fortune. It's a card of fertility. It's a card about nurturing. So, what if you are working on building something in your life, then this card is telling you it's going to be a success. Whatever you are doing right now is going to be successful. And that finally, I've got the Chariot, which in this deck is St. George and the Dragon. So the Chariot is about movement. You are taking something and going places. So this is a very fortunate reading. You're in a good position and go where your intuition tells you to. Don't let anyone else talk you into going the opposite of your inner wisdom.
So I also have some very interesting cards. The first card I pulled is the Star, which is about hope and wishes. So you're definitely manifesting some very good things for yourself in the future. The next card I have is the Nine of Cups, which we like to call the wish card. And we always like to say with this card that whatever it is you wish for, be very careful how you phrase it. If you ask for a eggplant purple Mercedes, you're going to possibly get an eggplant purple Mercedes. If you tell the car, be very careful how you phrase your wording. It's important. It matters. And Mary, guess what we have for the first time this evening? I pulled the
Oh,
Empress.
all right.
So, right along with what Mary said, these cards are all about wishing, manifesting, creating, inspiring. So, whatever it is that you're growing over there, whether it be a human or a project or something else, you are on the right path. Keep doing the thing, and it's going the way you want it to.
Okay. So, Maria, we hope you find that helpful. And next, we're going to do a general reading for Sarah.
Elvis is ignoring us.
Well, I suppose that's better than pestering you.
Well, now she's turned her back to me now.
Oh, so she is showing you the full feline displeasure.
Yes.
Oh,
She's taking a union stance to the I want cans and I want it now.
I see.
Glad to know my cat is also much the activist for what she wants. I'm going to get her a giant rally rat next.
I'm glad you found that useful, Maria.
All right. Is it my turn to go first?
It is.
All right. So the first card I have, Sarah, is the Ace of Wands. Now that's come up a little bit tonight a lot. That again is about inspiration, new spark, new creativity, the start of a new project, a new goal, something new. However, with that something new, comes something well, kind of old. I drew the King of Cups. Now, the King of Cups obviously is an older gentleman, wise in his wisdom. So, with that comes life experience about developing new shiny things. So, and he's weathered storms and he's been through hectic situations. So, with these new goals or new plans or new ideas, think about what has worked and what hasn't worked in the past in order to make sure that you maybe don't make some of the same mistakes that you've made before. So, if it's an idea you've had once before and it didn't go well, try something else along the same idea. And then the third card that I have for you is the Queen of Pentacles, which is about having everything you need in order to make this goal, this idea happen. Which makes me think that you're thinking of something new that'll bring maybe some extra income into your life or some new financial opportunities. So, with that, think it through, think carefully, and plan thoroughly. I hope that's helpful.
Okay, so the first card I've got for you, Sarah, is the Seven of Pentacles. And this card is about considering your financial resources carefully and consider what you're spending things on. The next card I've got for you is the Magus. So this means that you have the ability to manifest whatever you want out of your current situation. And then the next card I've got is the Six of Lamps. I've mentioned before, lamps are is the suit of spirituality. And here we see someone who is set out on a vision quest and is communing with her spirit guide. So you have the ability to manifest what you want in your current situation, but you are advised to also speak with your spirit guide, your higher self, deity, however you view that for advice. So I hope you find that helpful. And it looks like we are caught up.
Yay.
So if anyone else has a question, please go ahead and post it. You are very welcome, Sarah. How is the wedding planning going, Bryan?
It's coming.
We're coming up on the home stretch here, right?
Yep. Which means I will be going on a Tarot Thursday sabbatical.
Hey, Christine, how are you?
But don't worry, I will leave you in very capable hands.
Yes.
Don't think I'm allowed to read tarot from the hotel room of my honeymoon.
No, I'm not going to ask you to interrupt your honeymoon for Tarot Thursday.
No, coming to you live from the Champagne Tower of Caesar's Resort.
With Jay standing behind you, glaring.
True. You can have Elvis, though.
Yeah. No.
Set up a kitty cam.
Set up the kitty cam and see what Elvis is doing. We could look into that. Okay, we've got another question from Maria, but since no one else has posted.
Yeah, so Maria, usually, just so you know in advance, we don't usually take second questions, but since there's no one in the queue, just this once.
Just this once. Will you get a place of your own sooner or later? I am going to ask you to set a better time limit on it. Sooner or later could mean 50 years from now.
Spirit can be a little,
My spirit guides are smartasses.
My cards are smartasses. So,
So, yeah, how about we say, will you get a place of your own within the next year? That seems a little more reasonable. Hey, Dragon, how are you?
Hello. Let's see. Well, we're dropping cards on the blanket. Thankfully, not on the floor. All right. Let's see here.
Yes, Sarah, gotta love spirit.
Most of the time. So the first card I pulled there for Maria, when it comes to the moving thing, the Eight of Wands, which means yes, you will be finding a place of your own eventually. However, when you do find it, it's going to be a very quick thing. So just be ready for when Spirit says go. It's go time. The second card I pulled for this question is the 10 of Pentacles, which is actually something about communal support and wealth. It's about bringing your resources together. So on your own, I'm not seeing the on your own part, but I am seeing some potential for roommates, but in the more positive alignment sort. And then the third card I pulled is Temperance. Now, Temperance is usually about taking two elements or two like things and putting them together. That is again to say that I don't see on your own part about getting your own place, but I do see you going into a living situation that is potentially better than the one you're in currently, at least from a harmonious communal perspective.
Okay. So I had two cards jump out together. I have the Six of Wands and the Three of Wands. Now, the Six of Wands is about achieving something you have been working towards. The Three of Wands is about getting something with the help of somebody else. So I'm going to say you are going to find a place of your own with someone else's help. Since the question is about getting a place to live, it probably is going to be some type of roommate situation. The other card I got is the Ace of Swords. So, swords are about communication, but with the Ace of Swords, things tend to happen fast. So, the I said the time frame would be within a year, but when this starts to move, it's going to move like that. So be prepared. So I hope that's helpful. And does anyone else have a question for us? And while we're waiting on that, I do want to mention something else. On Pagan World, we are having the second part of our Pagan Power series this Saturday at 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern. Ed Hubbard will be discussing how to use pagan power, or why would you want to use pagan power. And you can find that at pagan.world/pagan power. We had the first part of the series last week on what is pagan power. This is going to last 90 minutes. And again, you can find that at pagan.world/pagan power at 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern. And Christine wants to know, is there more money coming my way soon? All righty. Do you want to put any kind of clarification on that, Christine? Okay, Maria. She says she was thinking about moving in with one of her children and we picked it up. Christine, when you say is more money coming your way soon, are you talking about some specific sum or range?
I'm going to take a crack at this without the
Or we can just read it like you posted it.
I'm going to take a crack at it without the further clarification cuz
I'm just feeling like my cards are perfectly fine and saying yes. You're going to
my
get
cards my
a
cards
scratch off for $5 this weekend.
I think our cards might agree to disagree on this one.
Okay.
So, here we go.
Here we go.
The first card I pulled is the Devil. So, I feel like when you're saying is more money coming your way soon, this sounds like it's sort of a inheritance or something you are owed. Go about getting. Yep. Okay. So, yeah. So, Christine, when I pulled the Devil, I got the feeling that you were going through some sort of money struggle, but not knowing how to go about it. So, the first step to that is going outside of your comfort zone. Thinking of unconventional ways that you haven't previously thought of before. And then with that, the second card I pulled is Judgment. So there's a place in your either your job history or in your professional life that you haven't completely closed the book on. There's some unresolved conflict where you could potentially go into that field again and potentially get more money than you have right now, but you need to do that work and get back into being comfortable in that line of work. And then the third card I pulled is the Four of Pentacles. So, yes, you need more money. Yes, you would like more money. However, there is some work to be done in order to achieve that money by dealing with some past bad feels and vibes in whatever that particular line of work is that left a bad taste in your mouth, because that's where the money is. But I do believe it's attainable.
So the first card I get is Judgment.
We should get a button.
So I read this card as there is something coming to you that you have worked for or that you need to work for, but it is there. The next card I've got for you is the Eight of Pentacles. And this indicates someone working hard and being recognized for their labors. So it is available to you to earn more money some way. Now, interestingly, the third card I pulled is the Eight of Cups. And this shows someone who is terribly afraid of phantoms. So I feel like you're being held back by your own fears somehow. But what you're afraid of isn't real. So I pull one more card, and this time I got the Prince of Pentacles. And this card represents someone who plans carefully to achieve their goals. So again, there are ways open to you to make the money you need, but it is going to take some planning. So I hope you find that useful.
I mean, we kind of said the same thing ish.
Yes, we did.
When is our official 1 year anniversary, Mary, of doing this together? Do we know?
I will have to go back through. You are very welcome. You don't have it in your planner?
Well, no, because this started in June of last year. So I don't have it in this planner. It would be in last year's planner.
Where is last year's planner?
In the storage unit where I keep all the old planners.
Okay.
So yes, it is in the planner, but it's probably not in that planner.
Okay. I could also look at the old videos, but that would either way to get an answer would require a bit of digging on our parts.
That's fine. I was thinking we should have a fun 1 year celebration.
We should. Once we figure out the date, and then we'll be past it when we do.
Well, then we'll have a 1.5 year celebration.
Or we'll just have a Bryan is off the market celebration when you come back from your honeymoon.
That's true. We should get one of those buttons though when we do the thing.
Yeah.
Hi, Arlene.
How are you?
Elvis, are you done protesting yet?
No, Elvis is still ignoring you. I can
Oh, no,
feel the
she's here.
Frosty Kitty vibes.
She's here. She doesn't stay mad very long.
Really? That's odd. All my cats could hold a grudge.
Oh no, even when you're gone for like a week, you go on vacation, when cats are usually mad at you, she's mad for all of 5 minutes and then she's like, oh, hi. It doesn't
Oh,
say.
when we moved, my cat sulked for a month. Maybe it wasn't so much that we moved as that I shoved them all in carriers, moved them to the new place, and then locked them in the bathroom for them to listen to the sounds of moving furniture.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
probably didn't like.
they had food, water, and a litter box.
Oh, you gonna tap the cards, Elvis? Oh, she got the King of Swords.
Okay.
All right.
So does anyone else have a question for us?
Hi, kitty. It's not can time yet. Nice try, though.
I just feel like Elvis's theme song should be the can can.
No, right now she's going with the lamb chop. This is the song that never ends. So we'll give her one catchy song at a time.
Okay.
I've also thought about having to buy a replacement lamb chop because of my feeling that if this one disappears, she's going to be very upset.
Oh.
All right. Does anybody else have any tarot related questions?
Yeah.
Not that we don't mind other questions. However, tis what we do. Oh, I do have some other nifty decks out recently.
Well, Arlene has a question for us.
Well,
So, how will your podcast do? All righty. Trying to remember to kind of look at the camera while I shuffle.
Oh. I try to keep my eyes on the cards when I shuffle so that we don't have any, bridge over troubled waters moments.
Just pull another deck out of the art cart.
I have done that in an emergency. But the only decks in my art cart right now are all the expansions for the Infinite Tarot. Which I will. There. So there's decks for everything, Maria. I have a fairy deck, but I don't use those during this time of the year. We take the fairies out in the summertime. Mary, would you like to go first?
Certainly. So the first card I've got for you is the Ace of Cups. So, of course, you got a whole lot of emotional energy around this, Arlene. And aces are generally a fortunate card. The next card I've got is the Prince of Pentacles. And the Prince of Pentacles advises moving with careful planning and preparation. And then I have the Prince of Wands, who is the opposite of the Prince of Pentacles. The Prince of Wands has wands are fire, the princes are air, and when the wands comes up, he usually suggests that there's a lot of unfocused energy around this project. And I'm going to pull one more card, and I get Justice, which suggests to me that you are to make this work, you are going to have to put careful planning and work into it. But you have a sound idea.
Hey, Mary, you pulled me, right?
Yes,
Guess what I pulled?
you pulled me.
No, I pulled me.
Oh,
So, that is to say, Arlene, that yes, the idea is good, but planning is going to be the most important thing. Podcast is not something that you can go into willy-nilly. You need to plan, outline, etc., etc., etc. Which is one of my favorite things. There will be challenges that you will have to face. You and Eric. This is a group project after all. This will not be easy. This will come with some interferences of sorts. The next card that I pulled is the Five of Cups. Now, the Cups is usually about emotion, and the Five of Cups, unfortunately, is around. There will be some setbacks and some disappointments that you and Eric are both going to have to go through for this project to be successful. And I pulled one more card because why not? We don't have a lot going on right now. And I pulled the Six of Swords. Now, the Six of Swords is about after these trials and tribulations, you need to let them go. They need to be over, done with, throw them in the trash, forget about them. So while this will be a fun project of some sort, there will be an uphill battle for you and Eric to go through in order for it to be successful.
okay. So, Arlene, I hope that's helpful. And does anybody else have any other questions for us? Okay. Well, we'll give it another minute or so, and if nobody posts anything, we can go ahead and wrap it up a bit early tonight.
Sure.
Since the cat is on can strike.
She'll probably appreciate that.
So I do want to give you one more reminder that if you would like to schedule a reading with Bryan, Reverend Don, or myself, please go to divinationtv.com and you can do so there. And then I also want to remind you that the second in the Pagan Power series will be on pagan.world/pagan power this Saturday at 10 a.m. Central and 11 a.m. Eastern with Ed the Pagan Hubbard. So I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. And we will be back next week for more Tarot Thursday. So have a great evening and blessed be.